Hello guys, welcome back again to another amazing episode. My name is Hayford, and if you don't know who I am, I'm a content creator, cinematographer. On this YouTube channel, I bring you amazing content every week, sometimes twice a week. And on this episode, we do have here someone very special when it comes to health and wellness, and she's a coach when it comes to that. And she comes from the art of living, if you know what that is. We are here to talk about mental health and a lot more, how to become happy. Without further ado, Priyanka, welcome on the show.
Thank you, Hayford. Thank you for inviting me here.
Thank you again for coming on the show. Let's talk about art of living. So I've seen your organization is huge, right? It's been in existence for 42 years.
Yeah.
It's been to 180 countries in the whole world. That's huge.
Yeah.
And it has impacted more than 500 million people's life. You know, and I saw you. I've visited your sessions and your program. It's amazing. But I want to ask you this: moving from India, because you're not Ghanaian, you left the whole of India to Ghana, you know, and you've been to Nigeria to establish this here. Why did you do that?
So our organization is a completely volunteer-driven organization. Yeah. So the program that we teach, it really helps people. It impacts their lives, their mental health, the happiness quotient. So it has only spread through word of mouth. So currently I'm in Ghana to help set up the Art of Living Center here. And although we have been here for almost 10 years, but now with the center, we'll be having more regular programs for all age groups, and also, you know, spreading to other parts of Ghana other than Accra. So that is the objective and the purpose why I'm here.
Wow. Now, in every 45 seconds, there's one person at least committing suicide. You know, and this is statistics comes from WHO. When you hear that, you know, what comes to mind? You know.
So it's a very alarming situation. It is something that is rocking the mankind. Like we need to introspect as to what kind of times we are living in. In terms of technology, we have advanced so much. In terms of the comforts and the conveniences that we have today, our generation, we have really advanced. But have we advanced in our ability to handle daily life challenges, stresses, rejections, or the instant gratification that the new generation is undergoing? This is the main reason for committing suicide, when we do not know that the events which are happening in our life is much bigger than who you are as a person. That is when you would, you know, have that sense of low energy, suicidal tendency, or depression. So today the society is on one side of the dimension suffering from anger and aggression, and on the other side it is depression or suicidal tendencies. Right? So we need to bring we need to have a state of mind where it is centered, it is balanced, and it is able to cope up. It has the ability to cope up with the different small little challenges that you undergo. It could be a breakup, it could be a rejection, it could be you know, you lose a job. But these events are not larger than life. You are much bigger than these events. So once we realize that, we remain unshakable and we have a smile even during tiring times.
Wow. Now, more statistics. About 1 billion people estimated to have a mental disorder problem, and has been predicted by 2030 it's going to be literally global pandemic with mental health issues and mental health disorder. You know, what do one make sure they are out of these statistics going forward?
So, you know, this brings us to the program that we teach in the Art of Living. It's called the Happiness Program. And it is a breathwork and a meditation program. So our breath has a lot of power. We have never, you know, paid any attention to our breath. So the breath work that we teach, it is called Sky Breathwork Meditation, Sudarshan Kriya Yoga. Today in 107 leading universities of the United States, including the Harvard and the Yale and the Stanford, our program is offered as a credit program, right? So what is this breath work, the sky meditation technique? So, you know, if you observe, there is a pattern in your breathing, right? When you get angry, your breath becomes very fast. When you are crying, your breath is very shallow and distorted. Right now, your breath is very subtle and light because you are in a peaceful environment. So, the direct connection between our breathing and our emotions. So, you cannot handle your mind, your thoughts, and your emotions at the level of the mind or thoughts. Like if I tell you to close your eyes and to control your thoughts, will you be able to do that? It will create more stress and a headache, right? But if you learn a breathing technique which will help you release these emotions, which will help you release the pent up stresses, which will help you to detox, then your mind becomes much calmer. It is your mind is which is cluttered, it is much more focused, and at the same time you have much more energy, right? So this program really helps people to come out from these tendencies of suicide and depression, and it is like an antidote to stress and anxiety.
Let me ask you this, right? I've practiced, I got a chance to experience and experience the session, the program. I saw the benefits, but people are asking, is this religion? Because they like to associate things like this to religion. Is this a religion, the art of living a religion?
I would like to tell you, if it was a religion, it wouldn't be accepted in 180 countries, across different nationalities, different religious groups, different, of course, gender, caste and creed. Like, does our breath have a religion? Is your breath religious? No. We all are breathing in the same air, right? It is a health and a wellness technique, a fitness technique, which helps you to have more energy, have more clarity and joy in life. And that is why there is a research which was conducted at the Yale University, and there are more than 108 research papers on this technique, how it is bringing, improving the quality of life of people, how it is increasing their productivity, it is making them more joyous and happy, and making their relationships better, and bringing that enthusiasm and zeal in life. So yeah, it is, if you religiously practice it, then yes, it can become a religion, but otherwise it is something which is acceptable, and it is being conducted in every nook and corner of the world. And I think it is something which is the need of the hour, where we are addressing our own mind, especially post-COVID.
I like that. Now, there's a stigma, around the word mental health. Yeah. And then once someone is going through a mental health situation, they don't want to say it because of the stigma. How do we change that?
Never ignore a person who is sitting with a gloomy face. It is our duty to go and talk to that person, to shake hands and to ask as to what is worrying him or her, right? This shows that we are living in a healthy society. So if you've come across anybody whom you think is low, just go and help them and talk to them. We cannot live in isolation, right? We are living in a society where relationships and human evolution is very, very important. So yes, the statistics as to in every 45 seconds there is a person committing suicide. It shows how unhealthy our society is today, despite of the different technological advancements that we have achieved, even the medical advancements that we have achieved. But at the end, it has not given us happiness. So this is something that we need to introspect as to where our society is leading, right? Especially the younger generation. Yes, especially the teenagers and the youths and the new millennium kids, as to what kind of parenting are we providing to them, and what kind of a better planet are we leaving for them, for the newer generation.
Now, talking about suicide in the US, it's one of the highest suicide rates we have. And then the society there is more of a self-sufficient. Yeah. Everyone is in his own bubble. There's no really a community. Is that any way, shape or form leads to suicide? Because down here in Africa, you don't have so much room to commit suicide because everyone is always, is that any, how does that work though?
So, when you have challenges in life, it makes you more resilient, right? So, if you're in an environment which is very comforting, there is instant gratification, before you ask, everything is available for you. If the children are being raised in that kind of an environment, they raise up as weak people, emotionally weak, mentally weak. They cannot handle rejections, they cannot handle disappointments, they cannot handle failures. So we need to learn how to handle failures and success in the same stride, right? But if you enter a bookshop, you will only find books on how to be successful in life, have the 7 mantras to be successful in life. But what about handling challenges? What about handling failures? So when you're comparing America, one of the most advanced countries of the world, vis-a-vis Africa, right? Africa has been having a lot of challenges, but I see people here, they live more in the present moment. They have much more joy. Their ability to let go is so strong. And that is why if you see them, they are much happier, even if they may not be having so many material comforts, but they are much happier. So yes, we need to, this is a good study to do, as to why even after having everything in life, you feel lonely or you feel that there is something lacking. So what is that something lacking?
Why is that? Let's talk about it. Because I've met people who are well-to-do. You'd see they have all the cars and all these assets, but they struggle with mental health and depression, more, seriously than the person who have nothing and is broke. Why?
Sometimes when we have to go for a birthday party or an anniversary, some of our friends, like I just wonder as to what should I gift her. Like she has everything, what should I take for her, So if that thought is coming to you, means people who have everything, but yet you don't find that glow or the joy on their face, right? It is because that they are not connected with their own self. They're connected with things which are outside. It could be objects, it could be people, relationships, or it could be like success, power, or situation, right? So mind is totally outward all the time. But when you anchor your happiness, your joy to the inside, when you feel that connection with your own self or with the universal energy or the nature, that is when you start feeling that fulfillment and satisfaction in life. So since you have done this program, you know how you feel after you have done the breathwork, the sky breathwork, how your mind is. It is like in a state of total calm and peace, and there's a lot of clarity, right? And you feel that inner strength. So this is what is required today, this inner strength to be able to handle all the ups and downs in life, because everybody's life has challenges, right? We cannot say, okay, no, if you are meditating, you will have no challenges in life. You will be having challenges. But how you respond to that challenge is what makes a difference. Are you reacting to it or you're responding to it? Are you getting agitated and are you getting disturbed? It is spoiling your entire day, or you find it very easy to handle and let go quickly and move on. So that difference, if you want to have that kind of a state of mind, you need to take out some time during the day to address your breath, your emotions, your mind by simple breath work and meditation technique. So this is the key, because everybody wants to know how can I achieve that. So you need a technique. Until unless there is a technique, it will all be just like concepts and philosophies, right? And loneliness today, especially with the younger generation or the older generation.
There's a lot of African Americans and also diasporans in Ghana right now. Most people move back by themselves, not with their whole family. And sometimes when they encounter challenges, they don't know who to talk to. Do your organization provide any kind of support to people like that?
Right, sure. So once you do the happiness program, you become a part of our community. There's a complete support structure which is provided by the organization. We have weekly reconnect sessions, plus we have higher level programs, we have counseling and mentoring. It's a very important part of our entire support structure. So it's not that you just, our program is like a one time association, but it is a much longer association. And in fact, when you go back to your own country, you can always connect to the Art of Living Center back to your own in your own country, since we are present in 180 countries today. So anywhere in the world you go, you will find an Art of Living Center, or a teacher or a volunteer. They're ready to help you and listen to you and guide you, be with you.
Now, I want to ask this, during the pandemic and after the pandemic, there's been a lot of economic uncertainty, right? People losing their job, doesn't know what would happen tomorrow. There's been a lot of pressure, in the minds of people. How do one become happy, during all these problems?
So we have to know, we have to understand the law of nature, right? It is not the first time that you are encountering something which is challenging, like an economic uncertainty which has come after COVID, right? You have handled so many difficult times of challenges in your life even before this, yes or no? Yes. And you have been able to overcome them, right? So when you invoke that valor inside you, when you are connected with your inner strength, so you will be able to handle these challenges. And if you look at happiness, what is happiness? It is a state of mind, right? When you're feeling that balance, when you're feeling complete ease with yourself and your surroundings, that is a state of happiness, right? So you see, look at people who are single, they may be happy or they may be unhappy.
Yeah.
People who are married, are they all happy?
No.
They may be happy, they may be unhappy. People who are rich, who have a lot of money, are they happy?
No. It's sideways, 50-50.
Can be, may not be.
Yeah.
People who do not have much, are they happy?
50-50.
Can't say, right?
Yes.
So happiness, as I was telling you, is a state of mind which you need to develop. You have to tune your mind to stay happy regardless of the situations, the changing situations around you. But yes, I cannot disregard that today the entire world, the economy is in doldrums, and it is impacting people, it is increasing the stresses. We need to run our homes, we need to, the breadwinner needs to go and earn and get money to be able to run the house. So yes, there is a lot of pressure, and that is where these techniques come so handy, where you are able to handle these stresses and you're able to increase your intuitive ability, your creativity, and your enthusiasm and energy to be able to even do more during these times. At these difficult times is when you really require these techniques. When things are going all right, you may feel, okay, fine, I don't need to meditate.
Yes.
But when things are not going all right, you remember, yes, I need to, isn't it? I need to go back to that technique. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, we have challenges and we have the tool and techniques for that.
I like that now, people are getting their hearts broken. And then because of that, the people fall into depression. I personally had a friend who got her heart broken and fell into serious depression. She didn't have the right supports to help her out. And for anyone out there watching us right now who may be going through a heartbreak or something similar, disappointment, what advice will you give to that person, or what do they have to do?
Okay, so there are 7 billion people on the planet.
Yes.
A rough statistics, maybe there are 3.5 billion people who are male and the rest are female. So if one person has broken your heart, go and find somebody else. There are so many choices.
Yeah, but as you said, it's a state of the mind. People go through that. Even here in Ghana, there's been a lot of trust issue in relationship, even marriages. Where some of the spouses are cheating, not even Ghana, but the whole world, where some of the spouses are cheating, and there's not trust within that, and also causes a lot of trauma in the heart, in the mind, and a lot of mental health issues. How do one handle a situation like that to be able to make sure they don't drown themselves in that?
I would say that it is not the situation which pulls you down. It is your lack of ability to handle the situation which pulls you down. So we require some life skills, some mental skills to be able to handle these situations. So related to heartbreak, we need to learn the art of letting go, right? One person has broken your heart and your entire life is revolving around that person. That person has become the center of your universe when you should be the center of your universe, right? So, how do you do that? It is again, bringing back to, feeling that connectedness with yourself, providing the self-care to your soul. That is very, very important. And trust, loyalty issues, this talks about integrity, right? A marriage is about accommodation. It is about sacrifice. It is about giving the other person, your spouse, the first priority or the first importance in your life, where you are a giver and not a taker, right? You will be miserable if you're a taker all your life, but if you're a giver, you'll always find joy and happiness.
Now, the art of living, I was going through your website and I saw you guys have been doing a lot of philanthropy works in prisons, offering some of your programs there. How does that work though?
So the founder of our organization, Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar, he's a global peace ambassador and a humanitarian leader. He says that behind every culprit, there is a victim crying for help, right? So if a person is there behind the bars, right, he's behind the bars because he did not have the awareness or the judgment as to what is right and what is wrong, right? So each one of us who's making either mistakes or crimes or violence, like if we have these tendencies, it is just because of our inability to understand or discriminate between what is right and wrong, and doing the things which are more conducive for the environment. So they just require the education of the mind, and that is where our Prison Smart program comes in. So today more than 8 lakh prison inmates across the world have undergone our program. And recently Art of Living has signed an MOU with the Department of Prisons in Uganda, where we would be training 60,000 prison inmates in Uganda.
Wow.
And of course in many other countries like South Africa, Kenya, Botswana, we have a lot of good presence, and of course in Nigeria we have been doing these programs. I'm just talking about Africa. So now we would be wanting to start these programs in Ghana also, because Art of Living is for everyone. It is for every segment and class and every section of the society.
Now, I have experienced your program. I love it. Tapping it today is already from 6 p.m. And if people are watching you, they are in Ghana right now, they would like to get through to you. Do you have Instagram? Do you have a website?
Sure.
Okay. Can you please give it to the viewers?
So you can follow us on Instagram. It is Art of Living GH. And that is how you'll find us on Twitter and on Facebook also, Art of Living Ghana. Website is again artofliving.org/gh. We are available on WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number is 0598243905, and Instagram again, Art of Living GH. I would love to listen to your comments. I would love to hear and read your feedback if you have, and if you would like to set up an appointment, if you like to come for a program, you're welcome, and you can just reach out to us in any of these 2 platforms.
Okay, now if someone is going through depression right now and they are drowned in their sorrows, can they reach out to you? Can they call you?
Yeah, definitely. This is a number, you can ping us on this number, and I would highly recommend that you come and do the 3-day happiness program, which is usually over a weekend for 3 hours, and learn the sky breath meditation technique, which will equip you with tools and techniques to be able to handle your mind, your emotions, and all the challenges that the life has there to offer to you.
Now, let me ask you this. Does social media or mobile phone contribute to any of our mental health issues?
Definitely. You keep checking out, okay, how many views I got, how many likes I got, right? So, mind is again in the outward, you know. You are judging yourself and by how people are judging you, right? How many people are giving you the positive comments, that is how you place yourself. So we need a social media detox also. So before going to sleep, 1 hour before you go to sleep, just put your phones off. Yeah, and in the morning don't see your phone till you're ready for your breakfast.
Really?
Yeah, there's no need to see the phone. Right?
Wow. It takes discipline, isn't it?
It requires a little bit of discipline, and more importantly, like, you have to prioritize as to what is important for you. Right? You don't need anybody's validation. You know yourself. Right? So if people are congratulating you or giving you a thumbs up or down, like or dislike, it should not disturb you at all. Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that. Now, International Happiness Day is happening on the 20th of March. Right. If you do have a message for people out there, what would that message be?
So my message for the International Day of Happiness would be that a healthy body and a happy mind is something that everybody looks for. And at the end of the day, what do you want in life is simple happiness. So this cannot be achieved without paying attention to your mind and your emotions. So the kind of attention you give to your physical health, start taking out some time for your mental and emotional health. The amount of time you give to the gym, take out some time for breath work and meditation. Maybe this can be a small little capsule of 15-20 minutes that you add as a daily routine, which will bring a huge difference to your quality of life. So I wish you all a very happy International Day of Happiness. Let us all be happy and spread positivity with all the people around us.
So this is the end of their conversation. If you do want to get through to her, her details will be on the screen and also in the description. Go and check her out and also book for the session. The program is amazing. I have experienced it and I recommend it to you. I had so much benefits when I did it. I'm actually starting again today and it's going to be for 3 days. So if you want to join us, please feel free. Check out the description. You find a WhatsApp link where you can join the group, and also check out the website and also contact her on WhatsApp on the screen. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you do have a final message, what would that message be apart from what you just gave?
So be happy being busy and busy being happy. Spread happiness and be happy.